3, 2, 1.
Nah.
Are you just gonna make random ass noises now? Is that what you're really gonna do?
Yeah, that sounds like me. It does.
That sounds like you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually, I forgot to tell you that I saw this joke today, right? I don't really remember. I think it was on Facebook that I saw this, but
Oh, good. I never checked that.
oh, why are we? We are sideways. Whoa. Oh, they can rotate it. That's cool. There we go.
That was a little
okay,
delayed.
so we're gonna have to do it this way. Because not everybody's gonna know to turn it. So I'm a little closer to you. Yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Like
now
an amusement ride.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think it's probably weird because I am on the desktop looking at it. But anyway, so the joke that I heard and I told Brian today, and it was that this guy was on the golf course. Why are you making such a weird face at me? The guy was on the golf course and he forgot which hole he was on. And so he went up to the person ahead of him and he said, "Hey, what hole are we on the golf course?" She said, "Well, I'm at hole 7, so you're one behind me, so you're on hole 6. He said, "All right, thank you," and he left. He turned around and they kept going. A little later, he forgot again which hole he was on, so again, he went up to her and he said, "Hey, which hole are we on?" She said, "Oh, well, I'm on hole 17, so that means you are on..." No, she said, "I was on hole 14, so it means you're on hole 13 because you're one behind me." He said, "Thank you," left, and went on his way. They turned around, and later on, he saw her in the clubhouse, and he went up to her, and he said, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" He said, "Thank you for helping me out today." Okay? It's not one of those jokes. It's not one of those jokes that you're thinking of, okay?
I feel like this is going to be bad.
So she's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So they sit down, they're having a drink, and they're talking about it. And he's like, "So what do you do?" And she's like, "Well, I'm in sales." He's like, "Oh, well, that's great. I'm in sales, too. What do you sell?"
Holes?
They turned around, and she said, "Well, I'm not going to tell you because you're going to laugh at me." And he's like, "Well, why would I laugh at you?" She said, "Because everybody that hears what I do laughs." He's like, "I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh." So she says, "I sell tampons." He falls to the floor laughing and
Somebody
just
has
dying
to.
of laughter, right? And she said, "See, you're laughing at me." He's like, "No, I'm not laughing at you because you sell tampons. I'm laughing at you because I sell toilet paper, which means I'm still one hole behind you."
That is funny. That is funny. That's a lot better than I feared.
See? You're dirty.
I didn't know if I
You're
could
dirty.
trust jokes about holes.
You're dirty.
I do like that.
It was a holy joke.
That's better than 99% of the dad jokes my brother-in-law has.
So, I don't know. It was just funny, and I had to tell him because it was funny.
I do like that. That's the kind of humor I like to see in books too. There are some series that I've read or are reading that have those little tidbits of humor that actually make me laugh out loud and forget where I'm at.
Yeah, because you need those. Like Riddick in Fourth Wing. He's hilarious. He's the resident jokester.
There's, I think, in Yona of the Dawn that you've vaguely read, and I'm all the way to like volume 42 in. It has those tidbits of good humor that makes me chuckle and like go back to it and reread it.
Yeah, because you have the green dragon making fun of the white dragon on a constant basis.
Can people actually see me?
Yes, people can see you.
Can they? That's unfortunate. Yes. I am sorry.
They can see you. Get over yourself. But yeah, no, you have to find the humor in things. But no, like, so I heard the joke and I had to tell you the joke because it's funny, because it's a funny joke.
It was funny, and it's something you read.
It is something I read. Well, okay, to be fair, no, it was a video that I saw that told the joke.
Shame on you.
There's not shame on me. It was a funny joke.
It was a funny joke. Welcome.
Okay, now you have to tell a joke. What's the newest joke that you heard?
Redog. In the Fourth Wing. It's fucking... You're right,
Redog. Riddick?
Riddick? Is that how you pronounce it?
Riddick.
Radok.
Radok.
Look, I read things I read things. I don't hear it. You listen to audiobooks. I do not.
No, it was Riddick even when I was reading it.
Congratulations for actually
Well, I
having
mean, his
that.
first 3 letters is R-I-D. Rid.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. His whole personality is ridiculous.
Oh my god, I wonder if that's why she named him that.
I don't know. That would be a very good question to ask her, I think. But I mean, my favorite line from Riddick is, "Oh, we finally doing dick jokes? I've been waiting my whole life for this one."
I do. I love his humor in the books, and Rebecca has done an amazing job with her characters. Honest to God.
Do you know she actually writes other books? She writes romance books. She writes other books. There's a whole line of her works that was created prior to Fourth Wing.
I think I did vaguely look up what other books she's done besides the Fourth Wing series. I wonder how they rate on the spice scale, because I don't want anything more spicy than this.
I don't think they are spicy. I do believe that it is they're more traumatizing. So the people that I've actually heard that from, so everybody knows how traumatizing the ending of Fourth Wing, how the ending of Iron Flame.
They are traumatizing.
So apparently people who have read her other books, they are not surprised by the way of how she ended up, because she writes the other books exactly the same way.
Oh.
She's known for that. That's like her bread and butter.
So all of her books are
traumatizing and cruel, and you can't trust her for anything.
You know what I want to know? I want to know, has anyone else read Rebecca Yaros's other books? And like, what do you
think so weird?
Leave me the fuck alone. Just pretend I have an accent. Pretend I have an accent. Pretend I'm stupid. Whatever gets you through the damn day. We're gonna ignore the fact that I keep cussing. But
yeah, I can get it.
I'm sorry. I cuss when I get excited. I need to know, has anybody else read the other books? Like, what did you think of them? How would you compare them to the Fourth Wing series? Because I might want to read them.
I think that'd be good.
But I want to learn more about them before I invest my non-existent money into them.
I don't know, because I don't know if they're a series that you have to follow, if they're all standalones.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know. But
I don't know.
Someone has to have read them before.
Oh yeah, she's got her own following
before
of readers.
Fourth Wing became so big.
Yeah, she has her own following of readers.
But I didn't even hear about Fourth Wing until you told me about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody's heard of Fourth
Wing. Except for me, until you got me into it. If it hadn't been for you, I probably never would have even heard of or thought to try the series. And I do really enjoy it. Like, someone who doesn't like spice,
I am a bad influence.
It's such a well-written series. And I know a lot of people agree with that, because it is so popular in the book community right now.
It is. It is overtaking everything.
Her characters, her character development, the plot development, her writing style, everything is so good. Yeah, but dragons.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of my thing is that when it comes to books about dragons, anybody who has an obsession with dragon books more than likely started out with either Aragon or How to Train Your Dragon.
I could see that.
I love both. So there is that.
I obviously am a little different, as anyone who knows me knows very quickly and easily.
Nobody really knows you. You're weird.
That's true. I'm very antisocial.
You're an amoeba.
I don't have friends. I don't talk to people. You're an amoeba. I guess not many people would know this. The first series that I really got into, especially involving dragons, I think the first book is Dragon's Spell by Donita K. Paul. It's a 5-book YA series.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you did that one, yeah.
It is so cute. I still love it. Like, even though I don't identify as a Christian anymore, and it's a Christian fiction series, I still love that series. It is so cute and so well written. And the character development...
That's one you gave Julia, though, right?
No.
No? Which one that you gave Julia that was dragons?
I don't know.
Dragon something. It was one that you really like. Dragon's Keep.
Oh, yes. Yes. That one is a little bit more of like a higher reading level, just like slightly. It's not as easy of a read, and it's not as easy for like younger audiences to read it. I definitely, like, personally, I liked Donita K. Paul's Dragon series more because I am tired and I am brain dead 75% of the time, and it's a very easy read. And I really liked the writing style of it. Because, like, I have this weird fascination since I was a kid with, like, eggs because they're smooth and shiny and just very appealing. And she does an amazing description with the 5 senses on, like, the eggs and the magical aspect, and the dragons are so stunningly beautifully described in her series. I still really love them. And I'll go back and reread them, too, even as a 28-year-old.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, we all have our own rereads.
It's either Fourth Wing or Dragon Spell, Dragon Light, Dragon Knight. I forget what the other two titles are.
I don't know. I know we were supposed to look them up, and I know Julia wanted them. I don't remember what it was.
Whoopsie. But, shh, Mushy.
Okay, so
what are y'all reading other than Onyx Storm? Obviously.
Yeah,
like what is everyone reading other than Onyx Storm? What's
because we are not discussing Onyx Storm. There's too many people out there who have not gotten to it yet.
We are not giving spoilers.
No,
absolutely not.
No, we're not, and we're not even halfway through the book.
No,
so we're not.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fast reader.
Onyx Storm. Okay, so we do have a question. If you had a book that you could rewrite the ending of, what would it be? What book would you rewrite the ending for?
I'm going to be honest, because we just mentioned it. The first thing that came to mind was Fourth Wing, so that Liam didn't die. But
okay, but I get it. To me, Liam...
Hopefully that wasn't a spoiler to anyone. If it was, I'm so sorry.
I mean, there are actually some people. I have my one friend, Shannon. She has not read any of the books yet.
I know there are some people who are just now starting to get into the series because of how popular the release of Onyx Storm has been.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh, I shouldn't even talk about any of that either. Like, I'm so sorry if I spoiled that for anybody. I'm sorry.
So, the one that I would actually change, I actually just finished this one. It's Stolen Tongues by, I forget the name.
What kind of a story is that?
That is the YA horror story that I was telling you about that I just finished. By Felix Blackwell. Great book. You have to, the way it's written, you can tell it's definitely geared towards the YA audience.
Okay, so it's like an easier read, a gentle read.
There's a lot of back and forth in it. So you'll get like memory flashbacks, and the beginning of it is just kind of, you get a small little portion of something that happened, and you're like, well, wait a second, what happened here? And you jump into the actual main line of the story. It's like a prologue inside of the book, so it's really weird.
What's it called again?
Stolen Tongues.
Is it like
by Felix Blackwell?
Is it ghost story? Is it?
So it's a creature. It's a creature.
Like a supernatural creature.
Yeah, like a mimic. Based in the Colorado mountains.
Ew.
So, the first thing that, when I was reading it, the first thing I thought was like the cryptid. You know, it's like this weird creature, but it wants to steal your voices, and it wants to steal your skin and wear it to mimic you. So it's like a mimic, but almost like a skinwalker. But they don't call it that in the book. There is another name for it. I'm not going to give too much away. But I even had Julia look at a couple of pieces of it, and it's just the description of one of the scenes where she is basically possessed. Like it was almost...
All right, did you say
skinwalker? Yeah, like a skinwalker. Okay. I'm not sure if it's actually based towards the Appalachian Mountains, but it is up in the Colorado Mountains where it is in. But it is this creature, and it comes at night, and it whispers to you, and the main female character, she has a sleeping disorder, and she, like, this is all in the back of the book, people, okay? I'm not really giving anything away. She is whispering to, yes. I honestly don't know how to pronounce it. I heard it in the book, but they had the Hollow Man. That's what they were calling it, was a Hollow Man, because to bring in the name would bring it into you. It would draw it to you. But the scene of the girl being possessed was just the one scene where she's contorted, but her eyes, it's like, was like bug-eyed open, and she was smiling, but her neck was twisted in a position that should not be possible, staring at the main character. And it was like, it, even Julia listening to it was just like, what is going on?
Oh.
And I'm listening to this at work, and my manager came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder, and yeah,
you said you screamed in the office.
yeah, I had all my coworkers laughing at me for that, but it is actually, it's a good read, but the ending of it, I don't like the way that it ended.
Okay, without spoilers, it's an evil black magic. The only way to kill one is to say their name while they're transformed. Say, like, the name of the evil beast, or the name of the person they're mimicking.
Well, so it can go either way. But in the book, it's actually, you don't want to, you can't.
Okay.
It's
person.
So the Felix, the main character, Felix and Faye is the two characters in the book, and Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell.
I might actually have to read that, because that does sound something
up my alley.
It's spooky. And I do like good horror stories. Like, I'm not one for the gore. I like ghost stories, or just something kind of like twisted and
Well, there's no gore. There isn't any gore. I mean, other than like the projectile vomiting scene.
Because like I read, I borrowed your Darcy Coates Hunted,
yeah.
And I did read it. I did enjoy it, but it was a little on the gory side at some points for me.
Yes, but the way that it's written is they encounter this creature up in the mountains, and it's actually on Native American land. So that's why it has a lot of the meaning into it.
Don't mess with that stuff, y'all.
And so they turn around, and they had to, get outside help as to what's going on. And they just said they have to deal with this whole entity encroaching on their lives. But the way that it ended, I feel like we were left guessing as to what was going to happen next, and there should have been a second book. The way that it ended,
did it feel unfinished?
It was very unfinished,
like a cliffhanger that never got answered.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it takes you up on this ride, and then you think you understand what's going on, and then it goes back up again, and then the way that it ended,
leaves
and the ending scene, is very confusing.
So it leaves you for like in your own personal interpretation of the ending.
Right, but then you also have
Which
at
I
the
don't
ending
like,
of
because
it,
I need answers.
Right, and it's just the way that it was ended. It felt very unfinished for me.
So it sounds like a good story, but if you hate those kinds of endings, maybe it's not for you.
Actually, I would just probably cut it before the last chapter.
Really, stop. I don't know if I can do that.
I had to redo that.
I don't know if I can do that.
But if you wanted to actually feel like it ended, I would probably cut it before that last chapter, simply because of that reason.
Okay.
Because it does feel unended. But however, there's like an expert of it, like where he describes why he came up with the characters the way that he did and everything, and it was very enlightening as to why he did that.
Okay.
But I still feel like there should have been a second book to it.
Well, how long ago was this book published? Is there any possibility of a second?
I don't know. It was 2017. Yeah.
So probably not.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe.
No, because you can't even go by that. Because if you look at the timelines for things, I mean, the author for Aragon, he did the first 4, and then it took years upon years, almost a decade, before we got book 5.
Okay.
So I mean, there is always a possibility for a second.
So maybe we will get a pickup on that.
Maybe, but I mean, look at if you Google search the image for Stolen Tongues, and just by looking at it general, it's extremely creepy. Then it got rebranded as well for the publishing.
When did you finish
book of it?
This book?
Thursday.
It's just Thursday. Okay.
Thursday.
You were describing how it mimics its prey, and I laughed. I'm like, I don't think I would be on its hit list. I don't think it would want to mimic me.
Honestly,
I would be safe.
It doesn't really matter who you are. It's
if
going to try and mimic you because that's its job. That's
Well,
the
that's
whole
stupid.
entity's
What's
thing.
What does it gain?
Your life.
It gains your life by mimicking you?
Yeah, for you to let it in. That's what mimics do. That's what skinwalkers do. They want to gain whatever it is that you
so
have
like
to be able to
meat
control
suit.
you. Yeah, because it needs your voice to be able to victimize somebody else.
You know what? Joke's on the skinwalker because it's going to enjoy daily like chronic pain if it takes my body.
No, that doesn't do all that. It doesn't take your body. It just takes your skin and your voice.
That's so gross. I don't like my voice either.
Like if you even like read the excerpt of it, like the back of it, like it even tells you. So let me actually just read it here for you guys.
Does it like eat your insides?
It doesn't tell you what it does when you have it. It just...
That's so rude.
It's a so a romantic cabin getaway doesn't go exactly as planned. High up on the windswept cliffs of Pale Peak, Faye and Felix celebrate their new engagement, but soon a chorus of ghastly noises erupts from the nearby screams of animals, cries of children, and the mad babble of 100 mournful voices.
Really, when aren't children crying?
That is true. A dark figure looms near the windows in the dead of night, whispering to Faye. As the weather turns deadly, Felix discovers that his terrified fiance isn't just mumbling in her sleep, but she is whispering back.
You know what? That's another thing, okay? If something was whispering to me and trying to talk to me, with my ADHD, I talk to myself all the time. I wouldn't even notice.
I don't know, but either way, I think it was a good book. I would probably change the ending to make it, for me in general, I would have changed the ending to give it a little more finality. But it's... yeah, I will probably listen to it again, or even actually get the book itself to have or even look into some of his other works.
That's fair.
Simply for that reasoning, because if that's what he's going to do, I'm always looking for a horror book.
With all?
I don't know. It's the first one I've read by him.
I wonder how much does he have? Does he have like a lot? Is it?
I don't know.
A well-published author?
I am not sure.
Is it an indie author? What are we?
I don't know.
To answer the lovely person's question from several minutes ago, I apologize for the delayed response. You asked what book y'all reading.
Yeah, we did answer that. It was Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. Yeah.
That you finished reading that, so that's not what are you reading, because that
I thought that's what they meant.
We are both currently reading Onyx Storm, but we're not going to really talk about that because we don't want to offer any spoilers to...
Yeah, but that's only like one of 5 we're reading, to be fair.
That's true. We are reading other books simultaneously because we do that stuff.
Because we're mood readers.
I multitask between several different series of manga. I'm a big manga reader. I'm also reading Golden Children from the Goldstone Woods series. Goldstone Woods series. English be hard sometimes, y'all. How many different books are you reading right now? Like I do a lot of manga
Onyx
and YA.
Storm.
Okay.
Kiss of Iron.
Which is that spicy?
It's had some scenes.
It's spicier than Fourth Wing?
No.
About the same?
About the same.
Okay.
There's one more.
Only?
Listen, I finished a lot of them. I did. Because I finished The Sinner. I finished The Sacrifice. I need to start Carnage.
Wait, The Sacrifice by who?
Tessier, Shannon Tell Tessier. You would not read them?
Okay, no, that's a different Sacrifice than I read.
Yeah, no.
Mine was the same author as The Girl from the Bottom of the Well.
No, I haven't done that one. And I want to get Parasite by Darcy Coates.
That is the one Darcy Coates I stay away from because I prefer like ghost stories. And Parasite is very, like, it gives me an ick, like a personal ick. That's the only Darcy Coates book that I don't want to touch.
Honestly, I'm thinking that it is more towards, like, how Felix Blackwell just did. I really think that it is. Just by reading it, I think it is more leaning towards that. You're on an alien planet. Like, it even says it on the back of the book. You're on an alien planet. But also at the same time, it's, like... Oh, okay, well, you're on an alien planet, but just because it's an alien doesn't mean that it might not represent the same thing that we have here on Earth. because it has all the same details as like a skinwalker. It's like a skinwalker in space.
You buy it, you read it, and then maybe I'll borrow it from you, like I tend to.
Watch me. I will pick it up and I will read it, and then I'll be like, oh look, you're gonna have to read it, and I'm gonna have to convince you to read it.
We don't have a lot of like
joint books
in person available locally to us. But I believe in our best local bookstore, I think Parasite is normally in stock at our nearest BAM.
Oh,
BAM with an exclamation point.
BAM.
BAM.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in there. I mean, like I usually do go. I don't know. I haven't. Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't been in BAM in a couple of months.
I've been trying to stay away too because I'm broke.
No, it's just I have a lot of books, and I have not had enough time to dedicate to actually reading books, which is why I've been doing a lot of audiobooks.
I have a problem.
Really? Just one? Just one? You think you only have just one problem? Because if that's all you think that is, that you are completely delusional.
I know I am. I 100% know that I am. Thank you.
You are 100% ridiculous. Evil black magic.
About the stolen tongues.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thinking about that again.
Yeah, honestly, Bridger, if you have any others that you could recommend along those lines for that, absolutely, I will love to read those. I'm very big into horror.
If you've read other books by the same author that you can maybe like recommend, or like do they have the same kind of cliffhanger ending?
Yeah.
Give us some insight on that if you can.
Yeah.
I am curious, and Jax also needs to know.
Yeah, I need more horror books. I love reading horror books. I like being scared. It makes my day better. Because it's better than living in my own head. I think that's why we all kind of read. It's just, what we do.
Reality sucks.
Reality does suck. Adulting sucks.
Coffee, books, and pets cuddling on our laps.
Yes. Well, yours is behind us on the couch.
She's finally napping.
Yeah, finally napping.
Don't say her name. I don't want
one on my bed. I don't know. The other one is on the couch.
There's one right here on this little kid chair, just curled up. Look at her.
So cute. That's big chunky girl. She's napping on the baby's chair, and then you've got the big oof dog that is over there with Dad, and he's just like, I'm just gonna lay here and sleeping because I'm not in bed, so they don't go to bed without me.
It's dead to the world.
Yeah, he is absolutely.
Oh, I made eye contact with my furry child.
See, that's what you get. That's what you get.
As long as she doesn't start gruffing, because she's a little bougie. She's a little needy.
Okay, so, all right, another one is what book covers lie. So books that might misrepresent the story or the theme that is inside as comparative to the actual storyline.
I can't really think of any, personally. The one thing that comes to mind, and I'm not sure this is a really good response to that, and again, I'm a big manga person, so it's going to be a lot of my reference. Can I eat your pancreas? Sounds really awful.
Those are weird. Why are they named like that?
This one, it's actually really cute, though. It's like a realistic slice of life, and have you ever heard, like, in ancient civilizations, they used to believe that if you had, like, organ failure, or, like, one of your organs was sick or failing on you, if you ate a healthy of that same organ from somebody or something else, it would, like, cure you.
So Jeepers Creepers.
It's along that same thought. Like, the title is basing off of that thought, and it's about this high school girl in Japan who has, I think it's kidney failure, and she's sick, and she meets this guy that she recognizes from her school, but they've never really talked before, and he accidentally picks up, like,
there's a lot of mangas that start up like that.
And she kept her illness a secret from almost everyone because she didn't want people looking at her with, like, those eyes and constantly, like, tiptoeing around her and stuff like that. So she kept her illness a secret, but this guy picks up her little journal by accident, sees it, and reads that, and she's like, you know what, you're going to be the one person that knows my secret, and I can just be, like, chill with that little secret that I'm gonna die soon. And she goes up to him and she's like jokingly, "Can I eat your pancreas?" And then she like explains to him her situation, and he's just kind of like, okay, whatever, just resumes his daily stuff. He's kind of introverted, kind of antisocial. And she's like, "Nah, we about to be besties, yo." So she ropes him into being her friend against his will. And it's a really cute story, and it has a lot of good like character development, and it has a lot of good psychology in her
so
situation.
She's the future creeper. She's gonna live forever because she's gonna go around eating organs.
She doesn't.
To replace them. That's exactly what it sounds
she
like.
She doesn't. It was just a joke based off of like something they learned in history, and she has the illness and she's dying.
So she doesn't actually eat the pancreas?
No.
Well, see, now I feel disappointed.
Bruh, I said it was realistic.
Well, okay, but just because it's realistic,
she's not a serial killer. She's a high school teenager.
And? Do you know how many high school teenagers become murderers?
Okay,
Have you never listened to a true crime series? I'm not saying that
it doesn't happen. I'm saying it's more of like a cute story.
Oh.
You're trying to make... This isn't Stolen Time.
Why? It's okay, but then if it's a horror one, then it would be more interesting, I think. It's
not horror. I do like horror. I like my fair share of horror. This one is not horror. This is a very cute... they made a movie out of it, too.
Of course they did.
Yeah, it's like a very thick volume of manga, and they turned it into a movie. It's super cute.
So I have noticed that mangas come out released on movies or series faster than actual novel ones will.
That, I would assume, is because when you have the manga, it has all the pictures, and when you turn it into a movie, it's all animated, so it's not like getting voice actors.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You're just taking those images and turning it into motion and color. You're just... I feel like it's... I don't know.
That could definitely be
I don't know how they do it behind the scenes. I don't know how hard or time-consuming it is. I'm sure it's very time-consuming. I'm sure it's a very big and tedious job. But I feel like it's maybe a little easier or faster of a process for them to take images from a picture... I'm going to call it a picture book.
And moving it into an actual video reel. Yeah, I can see that. But I've also noticed that when they do transfer it from, the written word into a video or, whatever, that they actually are more true to it as comparative to what it is when you find novels, because they take a lot of liberties with the novels. So a lot of times you have the book community up in an uproar due to the simple fact that it's not the same. They're missing a lot of things. Like, for example, if anybody has read the Harry Potter books, you all are going to know who Peeves is. She has no idea who Peeves is.
But from you, I have heard, because you've read the books.
Right.
How much detail is missing.
There is so much detail that is missing. And Ginny's character was completely misstrewn because she's different in the books than she is in the movies. And how Ron is different. Like, there's just so little many nuances, but when you watch that and you read that, you are going to pick out the difference. And a lot of us, we miss Peeves due to that fact. Like, he was significant in dealing with Umbridge. Like, at least I feel like he was significant. I really love the Peeves character. But when you go and say you watch, what's the one? The Promised Neverland. That's the one that I just recently did. So that actually answers the question of which the book cover was misleading to the actual storyline. I was not expecting that. You warned me. I did because I
haven't read it. I haven't watched it personally. That is a series I never got into, even though it's been very popular.
Yeah.
But because it was so popular, I have seen enough social media on it that I was like, you might want to prepare yourself.
Yeah, so The Promised Neverland is about a group of children that are raised in an orphanage that are served up to demons. But when you look at the cover of itself, you see these little kids, all happy, bright smiles on the cover. You would not think that it was a horror book. They're going to die.
It looks like maybe like
They're going to die.
It looks maybe like a kid friendly.
And that actually does remind me. So, the one girl's image at the beginning of the book when she dies and everything, the way that her eyes are like bugged out and everything, it actually does remind me of that scene in Stolen Tongues. Like, I don't know if you've seen that, but I have to show it to you.
Oh God.
Because like she's got like these really big
Is
bug
that-
eyes and like this like drawn out face because she just died.
Is that in the first volume? You
It
think
is. It is in the first one.
Have you gotten into any more
I did.
of it?
I watched season 1 so far
Okay, so you
of
watched
the
the
anime.
show? How much did the anime like mirror image the
Well, I
first
only have
volume?
the almost well to it. I think there was only like one or two scenes that was missing from the book.
So it's
that actually
it's
pretty
It's
accurate.
fairly spot on from the manga to the anime.
Yeah, but when you
adaptation.
look at the cover of it, you're not going to sit there and think, "Oh yeah, this is a great little children's book." It's not. It is not a children's book.
I hope. I wonder how many parents and or kids fell for that trap and then got into it and were like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. Well, even with Fruits Baskets, you have to kind of be careful with who your audience is with with that, because there are some scenes, there are subtle nuances in Fruits Baskets that, and Fruits Baskets is pretty big. Like everybody knows a general idea of Fruits Baskets. But for like the general, like you look at it, you see like these great cartoon characters, and one has little cat ears and one has rat ears.
Yeah.
But you turn around and you start reading it, and it's like, oh hey, that's an adult joke in there. Like
Shigure.
on a constant basis. High school girls. Yeah, exactly. So that's all you're seeing is that, hey, there is some adult content in Naruto.
They do that
Naruto's
a lot.
The same way.
They do that a lot in family-friendly or kid movies too,
Right.
where only adults will recognize. Oh, like
yeah.
There was a lot of talk about that on the live-action Grinch movie that Jim Carrey did.
Yes.
Where a lot of people were like, I didn't realize as a kid, but watching it as an adult, I picked up on a lot of things that you wouldn't notice as a kid, but you notice as an adult, and you're like,
it's not a dress, it's a coat, and he rips it off, and he's got the garter belt on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or
so lovely. I
in
love
the beginning of the Grinch movie, when he's the little baby going down in the basket, and he's accidentally left outside, it's a frat party.
It's a key bowl party. Yeah, Yep, because, and I don't know if you know what a key bowl party is.
No.
So,
how adulty is it?
Partner swap. So that is the theory that I've heard. Now, I honestly believe that because of what it is that they're expecting everybody to get drunk because it's supposed to be like a big party celebration. They're all getting drunk. They don't want people driving home. But I've heard a lot of people like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely a swapping party.
How common of a thing is that? Was that like an old day thing, or is that still current?
No, that's definitely still current. That is definitely still current.
How have I never heard of that before?
Of a partner swapping?
Yeah.
That's your own personal issues there on that one.
Is it because I don't read spicy books?
No.
Is it just not in books?
A lot of, I've never read a book that has a swapping party written into it. It is, well, I mean, not really. Not really. But it is definitely out there. It is. You see it a lot on shows. More.
Is it something that's more like kind of closeted?
Yeah, because it is looked down on. It is. It's like any kind of it's not like taboo. Like it's not something that you would advertise to like your friend. Like, oh hey, I went to a swapping party. And like in a general conversation with somebody.
I could see that.
Like you're not like. Your sister's not going to look at you and be like, oh, hey, by the way, me and Colin went to a swapping party. You're not going to want to know that.
You know what? If she said that to me and I didn't know what it was because I didn't until 30 seconds ago, I would have been like, all right, cool. Did you have fun?
Yeah. But, I mean, she's not going to just sit there and tell you about it because, that's going to be a list of a whole other kind of questions. And they get judged for it.
Would you do that, sissy dear? Would you? Would you do that?
Listen, if your sister answers that question, I'm gonna smack you for her.
I know for a fact that she ain't listening to this podcast because
our
she's
jibber jabber.
sleeping.
Yeah.
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
She wakes up in like 5 hours for work.
Oh, yeah.
So she's sleepy.
That sucks.
Sleepy deepy.
Okay. So let's answer the question that we got. Books with the most awkward love scenes.
I feel like I have seen or read some pretty cringy or cheesy stuff. I can't think of anything specific. I'm probably thinking of manga, since that's 80% of my library is manga.
I can see that.
And I do have a fair amount of romance in my manga collection, which is very ironic.
Okay, so you have to pick one where it's an awkward situation. The only thing that I could think of that you would know would be in Devil's Line. Like, their whole relationship is awkward.
Isn't that normal?
For a vampire and a human, in our day and age, yes. But where he's like stuttering along, and it's just kind of, it's stale material. It's not something where it's like teenagers. They're like teenagers, like fumbling their way along.
Are you so neat?
And everything. So it just makes it kind of awkward, I think.
Pancake. Please say hello to my needy child. Pancake.
There's Animal 1 who has interrupted. We are estimating at least 3 that will probably make their appearances in any of our videos that are always around us.
She's very needy.
But no, I mean it is teenagers though. Like that, like honestly.
True.
Like me as an adult, I look at it and I see that awkward teenage stage where it's like, oh, I don't know what's this, I don't know what's that, and you're like discovering things, but it's also like an awkward phase.
Okay, I get it.
Kind of moment.
Yeah,
that's how I took it.
They had that kind of awkward phase.
Yeah.
Like, they are in like college and young working adult stages of their lives. Yeah. So you wouldn't expect them to have that like teenage awkward love life. The reason they do is because in Devil's Line, Anzai has never been in a relationship because he's a vampire, and he has always stayed away from that kind of thing because he's worried of hurting someone he cares about.
He will eat her.
She has been very like not focused on romance because she's been focused on her studies and just, going through life one step at a time and supporting herself, and just a very chill, studious, nonchalant kind of character is what she was like going for in the beginning. So they both didn't really have relationship experience, which is why I totally get what you're saying. I didn't think about it because I don't have that shit either. I don't have that love life experience because
let me hold your hand high school stage or middle school stage. It's like, and first discovering that, I might like the other, person in my world. Like,
so
you're like, let's hold hands and skip along the road. And it's just kind of like, to be that again. Like, reading it from an adult standpoint, it's like,
fair.
Okay, that's my cringe worthy on that one.
See, your perspective is very enlightening because I don't really have a lot of that experience, so I wouldn't have thought of it or seen it that way. Because to me, like, same, y'all. But I get what you're saying. I do.
Yeah.
But psychologically, when you think about the characters and where they're coming from, it makes sense that they're like that. They don't have love life experience either.
Well, okay, but it's in their world. Like, they all have to admit that it is in their world. Okay, again, you're an amoeba. We have been over this.
Imagine me at the age of 28 with no love life experience suddenly getting in a relationship. I'm going to be just as awkward. I'm going to be
honestly,
so awkward.
I would probably record it and sell it for study. I would. I think that I would honestly do that as just like a study within itself. Be like, oh, hey, here is something that never happens in life. We are going to record it and study like how Jane Goodall did with the chimps.
It'll be like a historical
historical
event,
documentation
like Virgin
that
Mary.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. You will be studied, and there will be documentaries on it. Like that is what I would imagine.
Reason
She's gonna hate me.
9,739 not to get in a relationship. I definitely do not want to be studied.
I think it'd be funny though. Listen, people document all kinds of stuff. Okay, you never know what they're into.
Yes, it's very unfortunate.
Okay, so do you have your own love scene cringy that you can think of? Like that if you reread the book, you would probably just skip over it?
I have a lot of books. You have to give me a minute to think, because I would be able to remember better if I was in my library shed looking at all of my beautiful
your she
books
shed
right now.
Yeah,
my she shed.
Your she shed.
I
Yeah,
have a little library.
It's
shed.
cold in her she shed. She has no heat in it.
You know what? I don't care because the books are there and they're pretty.
Yeah, okay.
They make me warm and fuzzy.
All right, so while you're thinking of that, let's look at another question that we've got.
Although, I want to repeat my earlier question to our audience because no one answered, and I'm sad. If you guys have, like, tell us what you're reading. What are you guys into right now other than Fourth Wing series, Onyx Storm? Like, obviously that's very big in the book community right now. I want to know what else is going on.
Or even your own romance cringy episodes
True.
that you've had. Like, we could debate that.
You guys are totally welcome to answer your own version of the questions that we discuss as well, or if you want to give recommendations or ask any recommendations based off of like a specific book or series, a specific genre that you're into right now, age rating.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, we need new books because we never have enough. Our TBR may be long, but not long enough.
I mean, I don't need more books, but I do.
We absolutely do. Why not? If it's out there, why not read it?
And while you're recommending more books to us, could you also buy them for me? Like, no,
ignore that portion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please ignore me.
So while you're still thinking of your cringy-worthy love scene,
I forgot.
All right. So here's another one. I really like this one. If you lived in the book world, what would your job be?
Probably dying.
Just automatically, you would just enter a book and dead.
Like 9 out of 10 of the books that I read have some kind of dangerous factor to them. Some kind of you have to have some basic survival skill.
Okay, but it says that you could be like a wizard, a detective, the sidekick.
I want to say
selling coffee.
I ideally I would want
to be the pet shop owners.
I would want to be a wizard or a swordsman, or I would want to be like the owner to my own bookstore or library, but in reality, like if I was actually in a book, I'd just be dead. I'd be dead 100%.
All right, let's see. We have to pick a joint book that we've read.
I'd be a side character. I'd be very unfortunate.
You'd be an NPC.
Yes, I would.
I think we would both be NPCs
and everyone
due to that factor.
That's okay. I don't like talking to people anyway.
Okay, so all right, let's think of a joint book that we have read, which actually is not many of them, to be honest.
There's a few.
Okay, so let's go back to Fruit Baskets. If we were to go and live in Fruit Baskets, what would your job be? What do you think what would be your ideal job in that? Or no, you know what? No, not even that one. Let's do Naruto.
I was gonna answer
let's do both. Let's do both. All right, so in Fruit Baskets, what would it be?
If I could choose and jump into that world and just like do it, I would want to be like a mental health therapist because they need help. They got problems and they need help.
No, see,
it's a beautiful series.
I think I would do that.
If you watched the new version of Fruits Basket all the way to the end, or you read the series all the way to the end,
I did that.
It's a beautiful ending. It's a beautiful series. They do progress and start getting like mental health help, but like
to a point within their family,
to a point. And there's a lot of characters in the series that I feel like don't get
Yeah, absolutely.
proper mental health help. I
Absolutely.
would want to be a mental health therapist.
I'm going to be honest, the one character, I was not expecting the character development within that character. The head of the family, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting to find out who the head of the family actually is, though. Like, I'm not going to give away spoilers in case anybody hasn't seen it. But
are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like the development from that, I was not expecting that, so that one was actually pretty good. Honestly, I would have liked to have been the teacher. I would have liked to be the teacher because how do you explain that as a family that goes into that school building? I would love to hear the excuses that they have. Like, just, magically, poof, randomly, here they are. I would like to be that teacher to hear that excuse as to why just randomly there is a bunny rabbit in the damn in the classroom. Explain that one to me. I would, yes. How? Explain that one to me because I would love to know. I would love to hear those excuses. I think that would be the funniest thing ever. And how do you explain that when you have several family members that they all just kind of like cling to each other, but also at the same time they can't participate in a lot of it because if they come into contact with the opposite sex, like Yuki, he really runs into a girl or whatever, and if it's past the hands, boom, here you go, you have like this magical little creature, and then just magically disappear.
Only
how do you
if
do
it's
that?
A person of the opposite sex
and not within the family
isn't possessed by one of the zodiac members. It can be in the family, it just can't be someone who's possessed by a zodiac.
Exactly. But I mean, even still, like, how do you explain that? So if they get bumped into, say somebody's shoulder checks them, and then hey, now you have this new animal that's in the building, and you have no idea how they got to it.
That's why they have the memory wipe.
I know, but I would love to hear the excuses that they give prior to that. Imagine that though. That would be the funniest thing ever, I think, if we were to do that as a job in Fruits Baskets.
I'm imagining a normal teacher who knows none of this, in a normal Japanese high school classroom, and he's standing there and he's giving his class.
Hey guys, can you wish my buddy Dunphy a get well soon? Get well soon. We hope you feel better. We've had that going around in our area as well.
Aww.
So please get well.
Yeah, get well, buddy.
Hopefully it is not the flu or the stomach bug, because those are the two ones I hate. Those. So get lots of rest.
Are those like the ones flaring up right now?
He had his first. Again, lots of rest. Lots of rest. Lots of water. Get some water.
Stay hydrated.
But yeah, so yeah, they would have to have the memory wipe for that.
Imagine you're a teacher, just a normal teacher in a normal classroom, and you're giving class, and you hear this poof.
You're like explosion.
You turn your head away from the chalkboard, the whiteboard, whatever you have at that.
Might as well.
Whatever y'all are doing at that point, and you hear the sound, and you look back at your class, your classroom, at your students, and you just in the middle of the classroom, you see a whole cow.
A whole cow just standing there. Yeah.
Just a living cow just goes, and you're like,
yep.
I, as a teacher, I'd be like, I'd stand there and stare for like 30 seconds, just not computing, and then I'd be like,
absolutely.
All right, back to what I was saying, because I'm not addressing that.
Right. How do you have that? Like, do you just kind of, how do you ignore something like that? You just have a random farm animal in your classroom now.
Unless I'm particularly hungry and it's close to lunchtime, I'm going to look at it like a juicy steak and be like, all right, we're going for that. I know it's for lunch.
But it'd be really good, though. Like, that would be my job in that.
Sorry, Hatsuharu. Looking a bit delicious there.
He has a great character, though.
He has a great character.
I love Hatsuharu. I love him. All right, say if we were to go into Naruto, what would your job be inside of Naruto? And I do completely acknowledge the fact that I just said job instead of job.
Say the title again.
In Naruto. Yeah, I know. Say it how you want to say it. Go ahead.
You English dweller.
I know.
You American.
Listen, you didn't say Riddick.
That is fair. That is fair.
How'd you say it?
He's picking on me.
Get over it.
Picking on me.
Get over it, you bunny.
Sorry, what was the
You're
question?
your own rabbit. If you could enter Naruto, what would your job be in
Probably
Naruto?
be a doormat.
Listen, there are a lot of people in Naruto who don't have ninjutsu, and I'm probably saying that. Yes, I know.
I'd be Rock Lee.
You could be Rock Lee.
I don't think I.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Hold on.
What'd
no.
you do?
It needs
Put
us
that
to
little
verify.
puzzle piece. Look,
It
you
skipped.
completed a puzzle.
I did, because it said that we were about to be canceled out.
Why?
Because it's making sure that we're still there.
Oh.
So,
Rude.
yeah.
Rude.
So that way we're not streaming for nothing. Yeah. All right, but now seriously though, not a doormat. What would you be in Naruto? Or we could even make it even funnier.
A training dummy?
Okay, all right, fine. How about in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Because I have a great one in that one.
My first thought is I really like the air element. I'd want to be an air nomad, but again, I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
Okay, so if I had to choose in Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would probably be my cabbages!
Every time I'm playing Genshin Impact and you're going around, you see a little shiny thing and you click it and like a random thing spawns out of it for you to grab. 9 out of 10 times it's a cabbage, and I always think of that. My cabbages!
Because you gotta have the cabbages.
It's, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what is another question that we've gotten here? We've had another one. Okay.
Which book world should we escape to, or would we want to escape to?
All of them?
No, absolutely not. Because
all
like I
of
said,
them?
Anything like Fourth Wing, where it's a survival story, I'm dead. I am. You know what? In Fourth Wing, for anyone who's read the first chapter of Fourth Wing, if you haven't, spoiler alert, go away. But if you read so much as the first chapter of Fourth Wing, where Violet is crossing the parapet, and you learn this little nerd, like this really cute nerd, and he's all happy, and he's so excited, it's really cute.
Poor
and
Dylan.
Jack Barlow picks him up and just throws
Poor
him
Dylan.
off. That's me. I'm the nerd that just immediately gets picked up and thrown off to my death.
Okay, so you're saying that if you were to be automatically put into Fourth Wing, you would automatically be a writer. Like you would go for the writer's quadrant. You wouldn't go to the scribe quadrant where the books are.
Oh, that's true.
You wouldn't go to the healer's quadrant where the healers are. You wouldn't go to the infantry. Why would you die in the scribe's quadrant?
Scribes died too.
Yeah, okay, but later. How do we know that we're in the same timeline era as Violet and Xaden? It could have been years prior where nobody died. You turned down an opportunity to live with the books.
I would probably die at my first glance of a dragon. The dragon, I'd look at it and dragon would be like, I don't like that you looked at me.
You don't look at the dragons.
I can't help it. They're cool.
No, you don't get near the dragons. Scribes don't leave the squadront until they've graduated. And even then, you have learned.
To see a dragon?
You have textbooks. You have Kaori who can do the imaging.
If I live in a world where there are actual dragons, that's not good enough. I'm going up and I'm seeing one, and it's just within the first chapter.
See, and that's why you died.
I know. I'm in a horror movie.
You can see them from a distance.
In a horror movie where there's a whole group of people and one by one they die. I'm the first one dead. I know it, and I've accepted that.
Okay, but you would go up and personally antagonize the dragon by getting like, oh, I gotta see your face. Why can't you stand 20 feet back?
I can't help that they're insulted by the fact that I think they're pretty.
No, they're not insulted by that. They're insulted by the nearness. Same as you. You're insulted by people being near you.
Hold on. Let me put my glasses on so I can see them from 10 feet away.
Exactly. You don't have to be up in there. Oh, let me see your teeth. Up close and examining your teeth.
I am one of those people, though.
I know you are.
I look at an animal's teeth and I'm like, look how pretty they are.
Yeah. Could you imagine if dragons needed a vet?
Rebecca, what are you doing? We need this. Why is this not?
If they needed a vet,
what if they get hurt or injured or they need dental maintenance?
They take care of it themselves. Even Terrence says it. He's like, I'm old enough to know whether or not something is lodged between my teeth. Or no, he said it about his scales because she was feeling his chest scales.
Don't they get cavities or dental health gum problems?
It's a dragon. It's a mythological creature. Why would they have that? They're above that. But it would be funny if they needed a vet. Could you imagine risking your life
I'm sitting here
to
thinking
examine a dragon?
I'm thinking of Terran, okay? This huge, monstrous dragon with this, like, funny but kind of, like, grumpy old man attitude. And he's got, like, a little, in his big claw, and he's just, his tooth.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Doesn't he ever get, like, a lamb bone stuck between his teeth and he can't get it?
Well, that's what they said about Soulless. That he had something lodged back there. That's why his breath smelled so bad. But again, what if they needed vets?
I would be a vet. I'd be
You
a
would be a vet. You would die. You would just,
I would die as a vet because I'd be like, oh, look how pretty his teeth are. And he'd be like, I don't like that.
Okay. All right. So we need a vote. All right. Do you think that dragons need a vet?
I think 100%.
That's really a question.
Hashtag I'm
That
not
is really
wrong.
a question. Yes. Yeah. What is your opinion? Should they need a vet, or should they just be mythological creatures and they don't need one? What is everybody's answer for that? I would love to see that
reasonable.
one. It is completely reasonable of a question. Yeah.
They are very beautiful, majestic, and terrifying creatures, and they deserve. Like, think about it like royalty. Royalty have their own, like, royal doctors
they do.
and stuff, and
yep, they do.
Dragons should have their own specific vets.
Yeah,
they deserve a
agree.
royal treatment.
Yep,
being help maintained or cared for where they can't do themselves. Do they have disposable thumbs? Do dragons like, how do they do things if there are some things I assume with their
well, I'm gonna
anatomy
say, I'm gonna say probably no. I am gonna say probably no to that question, because if you look at it how Rebecca based Taryn off of her dog, I would assume no, that they do not have opposable thumbs. She got the idea for Taryn from her dog.
That's so cute. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I want to know what her dog is now.
It's
Is it a Cane Corso? Tell me it's a Cane Corso.
Dang
it.
It's like a pug. Hold on.
A pug?
I think it's a pug. I think it is a pug. Hold on.
That is the funniest breed that you could base Taryn off of.
I can't spell.
Did anybody else know that? Like, is that from an interview?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I've not seen that. Is that recent?
No, I don't think it's recent. I think that expert came out when Fourth Wing did, and it came really big with Iron Flame.
A black pug?
No, what's that other one? An American Bulldog. I think it's an American Bulldog.
Frenchie?
Frenchie? I don't remember. No, I don't know. Hold on.
I'm very curious about the breed. I wonder if she has anything posted anywhere of, like, what her dog looks like. I want to know what her dog's name is. Maybe her dog's name is Taryn, and she's like, you know what, Taryn, you're gonna. I
don't think it is Taryn. I don't think his name is Taryn.
It'd be really cute though. I almost named
is.
Shiki Taryn.
Of course.
Before I learned that he was in fact going to be like a long-haired cat.
Yeah, I could see that.
English Bulldog.
An English Bulldog. See, he's looking at it too. An English Bulldog.
Okay.
So
I could see that.
And
because
I
their jaw structure, their teeth are like. Can you see? You can see big Taryn with his grumpy old man attitude, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I could totally see that.
That's adorable. I love that.
Well, I didn't know about How to Train Your Dragon. They did Toothless off of a cat. I didn't know that until you told me. Yeah. Yep, did not know that. But again, I still think that dragons should just be mythological creatures, and they don't need a vet.
I don't think they should be mythological creatures. I think they should be real. I think they could have been real at one point.
Absolutely.
And as usual, humans ruin everything.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another good one. Bookish complaints. What is a pet peeve that people do with their books that we cannot let go of? I know you have several of them. See, she's got the face.
If you dog ear the pages.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Or the spine. The faces she has is yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm already dead inside just thinking about it.
I don't know. Let's try. Let's see what
I understand
happens.
it's convenient and it's some
Let's see what
people's
happens.
preferences.
Should we do it?
Don't you dare,
Should we do it?
Jax.
Should we
Don't
do
you?
it?
Oh, I almost cussed. Don't do it. Don't do it. You almost brought the cussing out of me. Don't do it. It's not okay. Don't treat your book like that.
My book knows I love it.
I understand that some
It
people
has
do
a
that.
respectable place in my shelf.
It doesn't bother some people. Some people it's convenient. It's their preference. Don't let me hear about it. Don't let me see it. Don't ever borrow my books. Don't show me your books.
Yeah, no. But no, seriously though, if I was to do it, what would you do to me right now? If I was to dog ear this book right now because it is one of your biggest pet peeves, how mad would you get on a scale of 1 to 10?
20.
20?
My first impulsive thought is to grab a book and hit you in the face with it, but I don't want to do that to the book.
Rude.
I know. I don't want to. I can't harm the book. I can't allow you to dog ear the page. I can't possibly hit someone with a book.
But see, I don't dog ear the pages. That is the thing.
Thank
I don't dog ear the pages because otherwise we would probably never trade books.
No.
Simply because I do not dog ear pages. I understand the people who do. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Not my thing.
Another pet peeve of mine is if someone borrows your book and they return it in less than the condition that they borrowed it in.
Yes,
which
that
you
is
have
a
experienced
peeve of mine.
a dramatic amount of that.
Yes, I did.
The only thing I've had, because I'm very limited with lending my books out, the only thing I've had is like a little bit of bending from how they like hold it when they're reading it.
Yeah, no, I did have that. I lent somebody the original print of Throne of Glass, which was the one they just rebranded it. So they have the new covers, but it was an original cover like this one is that I had. I had the entire set all in that cover. And when I lent it to them, it was in perfect condition. Well, for me, it was in perfect condition. However, when they returned it, it was covered in coffee stains.
It was heartbreaking.
There was coffee all the way through the papers here. There was, when you first opened it up, it looked like they had actually set down a coffee mug onto the pages. And the worst part about it was that it was a signed copy by Sarah J. Maas. It was a signed copy of the original, the out-of-print covers of Throne of Glass. Yeah, that was very heartbreaking.
And like that's not my cup of tea of a book, but it still hurts to see that and know that someone treated anybody's book like that.
Exactly.
Like, even if it's your own book, if you're sitting there reading and you have a book, the unicorn, my bad, and you're even if it's your own book, you're sitting there reading, you put the book down, you put a drink on top of your own book, or
yeah, that's your book, but don't do it to somebody else's book.
I don't want to see you do it to your own books either.
Yeah, okay, but if it's your book and you want to choose to do that, then that is your right to do so.
Just
you purchase the book. It is what
because it's gonna hurt.
Okay, well, it can hurt privately.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, you can hurt your own books. That's fine, but at the same time, no, if it's
book
their
cruelty.
book, it doesn't matter. If it's their book, it's not our right to say what they can and can't do with their books.
Call the book cruelty people.
I understand that, and it should be put in jail for that. I understand. But however, at the same
like animal
time,
cruelty or children abuse, you gotta take the books from them.
No, I get that, but at the same time, you also have to understand that it is their books. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. It's not going to go like, oh yeah, that's a crime. You should not do that. They're still going to do it.
They shouldn't own books.
That's your opinion, though, but we can't stop people from doing that. It's our pet peeves. It's not theirs.
Well, we can't stop people from killing other people either. It doesn't mean it's okay.
Oh, well, I think in instances it should be okay.
You know what? That is fair. I can agree to that. I can agree
See?
to that.
Everybody has their own opinion.
There are
Everybody
always
has their own opinion.
exceptions to the rules, and some rules are meant to be broken.
Right. And so even if you have a pet peeve when it comes to the books and how you keep the books and how people, read the books, what they choose to do with their books, whether they dog ear it, they damage it, they break the spine, or after they're done with it, they just pass it off to the next person, that is still their right to do so. Am I alone in this thinking? Am I alone in this? Please tell me that I am not alone in thinking that if it's their book, they have the right to do it.
Everyone tell Jax she's wrong.
No! Okay, well, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Like, okay, fine. But no, you can't tell somebody to do what they want, with their own books. Because then if
okay.
at the same time, how are you going to tell them that? But then people have the rebindings. They have to damage the book to rebind
I can't watch those. I
But,
can't
okay.
because it hurts. I know what they're doing, and their work is amazing. It's beautiful. Kudos to them. Power to them. I don't want to watch the process.
You don't want to. Okay, but either way, they're still damaging the book.
Shh. We don't talk about Bruno.
Okay. Don't pull a Bruno on me.
It's all right.
Okay.
No one's gonna hurt you. It's okay.
I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah, tell him your feelings. That's what Hope says. Yep.
It's all right, baby. Everything's gonna be okay. No one's gonna hurt you.
Okay, so here's another good one that, yeah.
Holding this one too because you threatened it.
I'll threaten it again. Just to see you cringe. All right, fictional feuds we'd love to see in real life. So the examples I sent was Harry Potter versus Percy Jackson, or Sherlock Holmes versus Hercules. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I don't know that one.
Who would win, and what would they argue about? Okay, so maybe we can go after the Harry Potter and Percy Jackson.
My first thought of two characters from two different series to compare, I happen to be holding because these are some of my favorite non-manga series. So anyone who's read any of the Fourth Wing series knows Violet Sorrengail, and this might be less popular. I dearly, dearly love the Graceling series, and I need the next book to come out right now, just like y'all needed Onyx Storm.
I'm behind in that book.
I would really like to see... I can't remember her name. Oh my god.
Shameful. How do you not remember?
I'm sorry. Katsa. I knew it started with a K. Katsa. I would love to see Katsa and Violet go at it. And I think Katsa would win.
Violet would win!
Katsa would win.
She has lightning.
Violet... Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
She has Zayden. Come on.
Okay, no, it has to be one-on-one.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
no Terran,
okay.
No Zayden.
All right, so Violet, who can poison people, secretly can poison people, and can literally sit there and kick anybody's butt when it comes to daggers.
Okay, she only poisons people when she has time to prepare.
Not always.
And she has, like, chronic pain.
Everybody has chronic pain. We have chronic pain.
We do. I don't think that's normal. It's starting to become a lot more normal. It is. I feel like there's way too many people with chronic pain.
Yeah, your mom's going to call me and tell me that she found you in your bed. You're dead. Like, because you don't see doctors. You're just going to, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
No,
and Ami's going to be, like, eating your face.
Ew.
Listen, she'll do it. For survival, she'll do it.
Gross.
I don't think I'll be dead long enough without anyone finding me for her to start eating me.
I don't know.
And you know what? She will, because she loves to lick.
Yeah, exactly.
And she'll just sit there and lick my face raw.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
I love you so much,
exactly.
but I'm starting to have second thoughts about you.
Hope says it looks like you're trying to hide your face, so stop it.
No, I'm putting them to the side so everyone can see the two books I'm comparing. No, I think Katsa would win because she doesn't have chronic pain. She has incredible physical strength and martial arts. And she doesn't, like, she's very on the spur of the moment kind of fighter. And Violet usually is more of a thinker, of a planner ahead of time. And she's strong. She's incredibly strong for everything she's been through with her chronic pain and everything else. But I think Katsa would win.
Okay, but what would cause them to argue? What do you think that would cause them to argue? What is your theory?
I don't think Katsa needs a reason to start a fight.
Well, no, but neither does Violet. I mean, okay, but say you had to pick one. I mean, I would think that the best way for them to argue would be how the best killed Jack Barlow. I think that'd be a valid argument between the two.
I was going to say it would probably be some kind of misunderstanding when they first meet.
No, I could see that.
They'd go at it, and then Zayden would grab Violet, and Poe would grab Katsa, and they'd be like, chill, girls!
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. But I mean, if we take the Harry Potter and
Poe
Percy
and Xanon
Jackson
are so
one,
opposite.
they really are.
That's really cute to think about.
All right, but say if we had to take, well, I don't know. Have you seen the Percy Jackson?
A little bit.
So have you like seen the movies or the series or read any of them?
I've seen at least the first movie, but it's been a really long time. I'm gonna need y'all's help with this because a little uneducated on this.
So Percy Jackson they are children of the Olympian gods.
Yes, I'm aware of that much.
All right. So then when you look at it, so basically the one is a demigod, one is a wizard. All right. So say we took just, because everybody knows Percy Jackson and Harry Potter. Okay. So if we turn around and we compare those two, what would they argue about? I mean, obviously they would
some stupid petty boy stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because aren't they both like teenagers?
Yes.
Yeah, and no offense, like they're great stories, they both are, but the boys in both series they're boys. Okay, they're gonna argue about some petty boy stuff where they're trying to like outdo the other. It's just gonna be stupid.
Honestly, I don't even think that it would be about something boyish that they would argue about. I think petty
boy stuff.
All right, so everybody knows that Harry Potter has Hermione Granger. Okay, that is his smart friend. But also you have in Percy Jackson, he has Annabeth. That is his smart friend. Percy Jackson has Grover. That is his dumb funny friend. Harry Potter has Ron, which is his dumb funny friend.
I love the dumb funny friends. Love them so much.
I think what they would argue. Well,
can I be the dumb funny friend?
I think what they would argue about is who had the smarter sidekick.
I could see that.
Harry is terrified of Hermione.
Yeah, it would probably start out with one of them being like, "Oh, hey, if you have a problem or you need something, my friend here is like the smartest person I know," and then the other guy would be like,
absolutely not. Mine is
the smartest friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Exactly. So if you compare the two, all right. So Harry is like, no, Hermione is terrifying. She knows everything. But then you also have Annabeth. No, she knows everything. Her mother is Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Of course, she's a brain child. She's born from Athena's brain. So I think they would argue over who has the smarter sidekick friend.
I could see that.
Or even, I don't know, I'm stronger than you are. Oh, my father gives me powers to control the sea and the ocean and the water. And then you have Harry Potter, who's like, oh no, I've got a wand. I defeated the darkest lord out there.
Which to me still sounds like they're fighting over silly boy stuff because to me it's about the same as fighting over who has the better junk in the pants.
In measurements. Yeah, I could see that.
Or who has the highest body count.
Neither.
Well, they don't know that about each other. They'd be just lying left and right.
They would be. They would absolutely be lying left and right out of that. But either way, I do believe that their first fight between Harry and Percy Jackson would be who had the smarter friend. Which one would be smarter, Hermione or Annabeth? I think in due rights for both of them, they are generally a genius in the books. I actually don't know who would win in that argument.
I don't know enough about both characters in detail to have a solid opinion on that. So, if anyone does,
I think we should take a poll on that. I think we should create a poll.
Can we do that?
Sure. I don't know.
Y'all just type comments, respond.
Type comment. Yeah, something. Camera.
Who do you think is smarter, Hermione or?
How do we do? Oh no, companion. I don't know how to. We'll have to look at that. But yeah, who's smarter, Hermione or Annabeth? At the same age range, because they all start out, within the same age range.
We want them to be on the same footing.
Right. Well, Harry Potter, he starts at 11. Percy Jackson, I believe he was
a little older?
13, 14, something like that. So if we go by Harry Potter and Hermione, book 3, it's a Prisoner of Azkaban. That is our standing point for Harry Potter and Hermione. And then you have Percy Jackson and Annabeth, because that is the same time period, the same age range. So which one would be the best one? I honestly can't say that I would really know. I don't think I could pick a winner in that scenario. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that one. That was a good question. Yes, you can. No, I can't. I can't pick, Hope. Pick one for me. Pick one for me, Hope, because or tell me how to do a poll for it, because there are people out there
Yeah,
who
help us.
I don't know.
Young person who probably knows technology better than us. Help your elders.
Yeah. Listen, we're not getting into that subject. Okay.
Would you survive in this book? No.
No, I don't think there's many. You know what? Actually, there are probably some that we could survive in if we looked at. Hermione can be better. Yes, that is true that Hermione can be better.
But you have to get, like, can you give us any kind of reasoning why you think Hermione would win?
I mean, other than the fact that I made you watch the Harry Potter movies, yeah, so there is that. So,
do you have any knowledge on, what's her name, Annabeth?
Annabeth, she studies. So does Annabeth. Annabeth is a brainchild. She was born of her mother's brain. She was not born like a regular child. She does study. She does do, all of that as well. In the books anyway. So, I mean, there is that comparative there. But I don't know. I don't know who would actually be really smarter.
You gotta kind of critically think this a little more.
I don't know. But see, at the same time, she is right. Hermione could be seen as smarter because there are portions of it where Annabeth is, not all. She doesn't have all the information.
Is she as ambitious?
Oh, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, the first introduction you have of Annabeth is that you turn around and Percy Jackson's like, oh, well, who is she? And, he's told, she will kill you. She will eat you alive. So, I mean, she's deadly. She's smart. She's very fast on her feet. She doesn't really lose a lot.
So, if she's born from Athena, does she just, like, have that knowledge, or does she have to work for it?
No, it's just kind of there. I mean,
Wouldn't
like, if
she
she doesn't
be better
have
than Hermione then?
If she doesn't have the information, if it's not something that is like pure like base knowledge, where like it's the knowledge of it, like if it has nothing to do with, say, something that's common knowledge, that's the word I was looking for. If it's not common knowledge that everybody knows it, then yeah, she has to go looking for the answers. Like, she does have to study as well, and that's what they do at the Camp Half-Blood. They study, they practice, they do all of that. So Camp Half-Blood is almost like Hogwarts. It teaches, it trains, they study, they have things that they have to do and requirements that they have to meet.
Okay. Aren't they like demigods?
They are demigods, yeah.
So they're not born like perfect. They still have to like learn and grow and.
Oh yeah, they're normal kids, but they also have at times certain abilities. Well, I mean, Percy Jackson, up until he acknowledged the fact that Poseidon was his father, he had no powers. I mean, other than the fact that he could sit underwater for 7 minutes without,
I remember that. Wasn't he also dyslexic? Like, yeah, he had trouble
dyslexic, ADHD, but that's because his dyslexia was not actually due to it being dyslexia. It's that his brain was wired to read Greek. He has a Greek brain. Right. And that's why. And the ADHD is to help him be able to stay on his feet as much as possible when he is coming against, an opponent. Like, that's his natural reactions to things. So you throw him into a typical classroom, like, they're going to misfire because he doesn't understand what his body is going through. But then a lot of people, like, if you look at, outside of Percy Jackson himself, you have, like, say, on the other scale of it, okay? So one of the big three, you have Nico. Nico was born from a very early age, had some kind of power to him. And, Nico, who's up late with me tonight? We are up because we are bored. So we're doing this.
We're talking about books. What are you reading? Other than Onyx Storm, because we're not giving spoilers.
Yes, and me, yep.
Hi, Hope. Hello, Cruel.
But yeah, so you have Nico, who is the son of Hades, but he always had some kind of otherworldly abilities to him, and he is younger than Percy. So, I mean, you have to look at those two factors and then who that kid is, such as when you compare to Harry Potter. Sometimes that power that they have within them could, expose early, but then you have kids like Neville Longbottom, who was actually stunted because of the fact that he was never given his own wand. He was given his father's wand. His magic was stunted. They actually thought he was going to be a squib due to that fact. That's actually something that you don't get
from the movies.
From the movies. They've actually cut out that back history of Neville. Like, Neville Longbottom is an underrated character because you see that little weakling in the movies, but in the books he is a very strong character.
Interesting.
Where, his grandmother was so upset about the loss of her son, thanks to Bellatrix, that...
Did it crash in one of your kids' rooms?
No, it was on the game.
Oh.
That they turn around and she just could not let her son go. So she actually forced Neville to take on his father's wand. So his magic did not appear up until about the day that he left for Hogwarts. So his uncles used to fling him off of the stairwell to try and get his magic to come. Because at the time, you have to find a way to get it to arise.
I hear that's how some fathers try to teach their kids to swim. They just throw them in the pool and let them drown.
Oh, yeah. So same concept.
Great.
Same concept.
Great.
But, I mean, it's still an underrated character, and because of that. So it just depends on who the actual character is.
The way that they took the Harry Potter books and made them into movies, lacking a lot of detail and information. My brain relates that to the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV show, to the first live-action movie.
That was painful.
It was very painful.
We don't talk about that.
That's talk about Bruno.
That's a Bruno.
Do not talk about that.
I will say, though, if anyone has seen or heard of the new Avatar: The Last Airbender live-action TV show, they did a lot better with that. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I did start watching it, and I was just like, they did a lot better with that. Or a little less common. I, as a teenager or young teenager, was very into the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series. They're very small, quick, easy reads for young adults, or your first look into novels as a kid, as a reader. I really, really liked those books, and they came out with a first movie of Guardians of Ga'Hoole, and I was very into the series. I was very excited. I saw the movie. I was like, I don't even know what just happened.
Yes,
because
that was
they
Brian.
crash coursed through so much information and missed so much detail that I watched the movie and I knew all of the books, but I watched the movie and had no idea what was going on. You can't do that. No. Which makes me really excited. I do want to mention Fourth Wing. Rebecca Yarros has talked about her TV series adaptation, how she has read a
couple of the scripts, screen scripts.
And she has said how happy and excited and proud she is. Mm-hmm. And that gives me a lot of faith that probably for the first time ever, they're going to do a good job in going from a book to a TV show adaptation and make it worthy.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. If they mess up some of the characters, we are all going to be mad. We are all going to be mad that if something happens. Hope says hi.
It was Brian.
Yeah. If they ruin the character like we were, it's just going to be a major uproar. So that is not something that we want to happen. We want good things. But we do want it to be as big as Harry Potter. It's going to have its own probably fan base, and what would you think if they turn around and it did become as big as Harry Potter, and then it got its own Universal store, theme park. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for. Is theme park. Should they have a Terran ride? Should they have your own little parapet ride? Think about that.
How would they not?
Exactly.
Okay, the parapet would be like a balance beam with some kind of height for safety reasons.
They would call the roller coaster the parapet, and then just you get that experience of heavy winds and somebody yelling at you from somewhere on the cars.
Wouldn't that be like riding the dragons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Riding the dragons would be like a roller coaster. I'm thinking the parapet would be like an obstacle course almost, where you're on like a high up balance beam, and you have like a harness for safety reasons attached to you, and it's like the very slim parapet with like the slanted edges, and they have like strong.
Well, remember the
fans or
parapet is
something blowing on
18
you.
inches wide, so it's not actually that thin. It
I think
actually
they
would
talked
not
about
be.
the sides being slanted though.
Mm-mm.
So the actual
Nope.
part of it that you're walking
Nope.
isn't that thinner?
Nope. It is 18 inches wide. Okay, parapet is 18 inches wide. It is a stone column that goes. I forget the distance on how long it is. Forgive me. But it is 200 feet above the ground.
Harry Potter.
So yeah. So I mean, like, could you imagine that? Like that is your walking space.
Okay, so first thoughts. That's a good bit of space to walk.
Yeah, it is. But you're also 200 feet up in the air, and you have the high winds.
The heights would make me very shaky on my feet. The high winds. Wasn't it slippery too? Like it was raining or something?
Yeah, the storm was coming down.
And then you have half of the other cadets walking the parapet trying to knock you off like it's a...
Yeah.
like it's bumper cars or something.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so another question that we had was, if the characters had social media, what would they do with it? So I can only imagine, all right, so if we go back to Harry Potter for a second, say if Lord Voldemort had his own social media, it would literally just be, oh, well, you know, purebloods are the best.
I feel like he would be like Hitler.
True, but then you also have like Draco, and I think he would totally use it for vanity. Now, I love the character Draco. I love the development for Draco, but the younger version of Draco, if he had social media, he would be that guy up on Instagram and just posting all those pictures of himself. I really think...
I could see that with the younger version.
I really...
My first thought was the more mature Draco, and I was thinking how he would actually probably be really cool on social media.
Yeah, he would. He would gain a huge following. He would be a very, you know, I think he would end up being an influencer on that, simply because, I mean, like, how else does he keep that hair so blonde? Tell me that's not natural.
I'm imagining, my thoughts were, thoughts are obviously very heavily Fourth Wing related recently because of Onyx Storm.
She's still there, yep.
I'm thinking Xaden on social media. Do you know how
I
many
actually don't
people...
think he would. I don't think he would be on social media.
At all?
No.
What if Violet made him an account?
Yes, I could see that.
And all of these other people were like internet chasing him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't think he would have his own. What about Harry? What do you think about him? I think he would have social media, but I think it would be him and Ron making some goofy photos and some goofy videos about things, like throwing each other down the moving staircase.
I could see Harry Potter and Ron Weasley doing those old-fashioned vines together, like funny vines. I could see them being huge on funny vines.
Or pranks on Neville. I could see that they would use... they would use that to their own advantage to do that. McGonagall would be so mad. So mad. They would be in detention more than they already are. That's really what I think. But no, I don't think Xaden would have a social media, because he's got to keep everything secret. Why would he post his face out there? I don't think he would. I do think that Violet would, and then take like random snapshots of him, that like just goofy ones, and like attach like a little emoji face or something.
Violet would post like a picture of Xaden's back and be like, "See that? It's mine."
No, or even like if they do that, like if she was to take a candid shot of him and like he's sleeping or whatever, like let's see how many things I could stack on his face before he wakes up.
Oh my god.
I could see that.
Rye from Fourth Wing, she'd be like, LOL.
Her name is Rhiannon.
I realized that. So when you shorten it, it's not Rye.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to stop talking.
No, it's good. It's funny. I just love how different it is.
Her social media would be like, LOL, lightning striking again. If you know, you know. Murdoch would be doing the same thing. He'd be responding to Ree's social media posts.
No, could you imagine? All right, say that they did. All right, and Rhiannon, okay, all right, that she turned around and just flat out went full ham venting about Dane. Could you, like, seriously though? Like, that would truly be like something that she would do. If this person thinks that he's gonna sit here and run things around, like, she would just go off on social media. Not to say like she would be a Karen or somebody along those lines, but I do think like she'd be like, oh well, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you can just go suck it somewhere.
Oh my god, if they had social media in Fourth Wing, all of those. Oh, there'd be so much drama.
So much drama.
So much drama.
But I think it would be quite funny. So I think that was a good question.
That would be really funny.
Okay, so away from Harry Potter and away from Fourth Wing, what other books do you think? You think? Yes, I do think that Hermione would take every opportunity to create videos, how-to videos on how to be smarter.
That's
I
an
do
excellent
think that.
thought.
That is, I think she would do that. Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, she would absolutely just like
she'd
school
be like
them.
those DIY YouTube videos.
She'd have her own little Pinterest account to go with it.
Dude, she would actually do so well with that.
Yeah, her own live tutorials. Yeah.
And then she wouldn't say anything to Ron and Harry, and then they would find out that she's like internet famous. Yeah. They'd be like, "What?" She'd be like,
"Yep,
nerd wins."
Absolutely. I think she definitely would do that. Yeah,
I could see that.
Yep. Yeah, she agrees. Yep.
I would actually love to see that. Somebody do. If anyone does, tell me who and where I can find it. If there's any kind of like spell DIY YouTube channel for witches
they do have those.
Or something.
They do have those. They have there is a couple of people I've seen those where they have like their own little Hogwarts school thing going on. Like they have a whole channel to it, and then they have like people who signed up, and it's like a book club kind of thing. I've seen it. It was like a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure if they're still doing that or not. But yeah. All right. So what other book do we think that they would have like some kind of social media? Give us a book to go off of here that's like people really know that is really popular.
Stuff that other people have read. Oh.
Yeah. You've read popular books too.
Like what?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to think.
I don't know how this isn't popular. How is the Graceling series not popular?
It probably
this should definitely be more popular. No, this is so underrated, y'all.
It is very underrated.
This should be as popular as
Georgie B. Jones. Gordy. Wait, what is that? I don't know that one. You mean Junie B. Jones?
Is it? Is there a version of Junie B. Jones that I don't know about?
Is that what her brother's name is?
Are we that old?
I don't know.
We might be that old.
I don't know, but now she's laughing at us, so we must be wrong. So, that is definitely accurate. Demon Slayer. How did we automatically go to that one? That is the other big one.
Wait.
Is what she said. Oh, so it is the younger brother. It is Junie B.
No, I said there was like another version that we didn't know about because we're old. Is she saying that
is she slighting us because we're old, or is it because we're wrong and it's the brother?
She's being mean to us.
Yeah.
Hurry up and answer.
I don't know. Okay, see, that's not helpful because we don't know either.
If Demon Slayer had social media, think about Nezuko who couldn't talk because she's a demon and she had a bamboo muffle in her mouth. If she had social media, she could be like, LOL, my brother's so cool. Zenitsu needs to go away.
No. Could you imagine, like, say she had social media and then here she's doing a live. She's not talking, but all she's doing is picking at, say his name, the brother's name.
Tanjiro?
Thank you. Sitting there and poking at him. Yes, I know. I don't do Demon Slayer. That's you. That is Brian. That is Mia. That is y'all. All right.
I got something. You can't make fun of me for mispronouncing other characters' names.
Watch me. I mean, because it could be Tangerine. You don't know that. Exactly. Look at that face.
100% know it's Tanjiro.
Okay, so I think that she would be on a live sitting there and like tickling his ear with some grass or something, or like pulling his hair, or even trying to braid his hair. I could totally see her doing that.
Nezuko would be so cute on social media. She'd be a whole just chill vibe. She'd be so cute. She'd start her video, you'd see her little box backpack on the ground.
Yeah.
And then it would start getting darker out, and her little door would just open, and she'd peek out and be like,
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
She'd look at the camera with her big, cute eyes.
Yeah. Okay, so what about, you said
Zenitsu?
Nope, the other one. The yellow guy, crazy.
Zenitsu.
Oh, that is him? Okay, my bad. So what if he had it? What if he had social media? Considering he's like
he would be
crazed and
so many
split personality.
He would be posting so many pictures of Nezuko and trying to be like, look at this cutie. Someday I'll marry her.
Oh, so stalker vibes. All right.
Yeah, 100%.
Stalker.
He already is. Or he'd find every woman on social media and be like, hey, do you want to marry me?
No, you know what? I could see him not only being on socials, but I could see him being on a dating app where he swipes on everybody trying to find a match, but everybody wants to swipe left onto him because he's a nut job.
Yeah, they'd be like, I'm gonna pass on this.
Right.
Or like he gets one like maybe, and he's like, I'm getting married.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like if he has a match and everything, they go on a date, and like first date, it's like he walks in, marry me, scaring them off.
His
the poor
first
things.
date, the door would open and he'd slide to the front door on one knee with a bouquet of roses and a
baseball
ring.
slide in. Yeah, baseball slide in, definitely.
Immediately.
Yep, absolutely. I can see that.
Zenitsu is a powerful character. He needs a little more confidence and faith in his own abilities, and he needs to just chill. Chill.
Okay, so what if Naruto had social media? What if Naruto had social media?
The younger Naruto would be taking
Believe
pictures
it.
and posting.
He would try to make that his own
when he
thing.
would vandalize the Hokage statues.
Are you trying to say he would make a... Wait, hold on, I gotta closer.
Marriage video?
No, not really a forced marriage. Just like he wants to be loved.
All the women.
He wants to be loved.
On social media.
He wants to be that player.
I don't know how much Demon Slayer you know.
Probably only what Mia tells her.
Okay, watch it. Okay, watch it. You don't have to go out and buy the manga. We all broke. You don't have to read it. Watch it. Go watch it.
Right. Don't take Mia's opinions of it because she gives you a very
Mia's
jaded...
right. It's great.
She tells you everything. Yeah, see? Yeah, but how she probably describes it is probably not how we're describing it.
Go watch it yourself.
So there's probably two differences of opinions on that one. So yeah, you might want to... I don't know. You take that one on it.
Zenitsu has a lot of energy. I do not.
Basically, Julia in boy form,
obsessed with getting a girlfriend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a boyfriend. Yeah.
And completely convinced every single time that he is going to die because he doesn't realize how strong he is.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a very unique, powerful character, but he's low-key annoying.
Very. Yeah, see? She get it. Yep.
You're not scared.
No. He'd be on a bodybuilder competition. I think he would be making the videos of like, oh, I'm a bodybuilder. That's not what I see.
Does anyone want to battle me? Battle you with what?
Right.
What are we talking about? We're doing book talk. Is this book community related?
Well, listen, hey, we're interested. About what?
Yeah.
Battle what?
What are we talking about? Battle of the Minds. Battle of book talk.
Or is it just battle her with a book and I beat her?
No.
That is a possibility. She didn't say how. Or they didn't say how. Sorry.
If you beat me in the
Sorry.
face with a book, that's book cruelty, first of all. And second of all,
Is it?
You
Or is it just jamming the information back into your
might
brain?
do my face a favor. I feel bad for the book.
Well, I mean, it might just jam the knowledge into your head.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Mine. All mine. It's all mine. It's all.
Okay, but those are my copies. You
They're
have
mine now.
copies. You have copies.
I did want to share this with y'all.
Okay.
It's how they do it on TikTok. Who has the most likes, they win. That what she is talking about.
Oh. I don't
Who
have
has
that
the
many
most
followers.
likes?
Yeah, so what it is, I know what they're talking about now. I just thought it was like just a random battle
I don't
thing.
think it's even worth battling.
Yeah, because we definitely don't have
Like,
a whole lot.
flattered that you want to battle us, but I don't think that's. I'm assuming that that's not.
I don't know.
a lot
I think
of competition
I think
for
it might be good
because we just started, so we don't got a lot going yet.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, like we could probably. I mean, we're.
I want to battle with you on how cute this is. Look how cute this is. No, this is something that Jax just found. What, thrifting?
Yep.
And it is in really good condition. This is so cute. I've never heard of this before. And Jax looked it up, and it only has like 3 reviews. It is so underrated. Like,
the artwork is so pretty.
I don't have kids, but this is so cute. The illustrations are gorgeous. And if you're like me, I want to know what the book looks like before I go and spend my money on it.
No, Akira, not me, Akira.
Everyone.
It's very short pages. It's like a sentence.
But the illustrations are beautiful. The artwork is awesome. The colors are great. Look at them! They're so cute! Look at those colors. The illustrations are gorgeous, honestly. And I feel like a lot of kids who this book gears toward, like the age range, this is what you want in a kid's book. You want something that's going to grab their attention visually.
Yeah.
Because their attention span, they don't care about 5 words.
Right.
But this is so cute.
It is absolutely.
I cannot. I don't have kids and I never will, but I need this in my life. I need this for me.
I wonder if Bam has it. We can definitely look.
I'm gonna have to look now.
But I love this.
Yes, this was a great.
No, we're not gonna read a story. We can do a review over it.
Read us a story.
But what I want Mia to do the voice acting characters for this book. Because it's something very, very good with that one.
Do you want to walk with me, Hope?
I mean, do you want her to read you a story? We can do that.
So cute. Look at little show and tell. Becca's gonna read you Walk With Me. Now you can see the pictures.
Not in that voice, though.
You can see the pictures.
Not in that voice.
Will you come for a walk with me?
Not in that voice, though. I don't know.
Into the woods where the willow tree was. Washes. Sorry. Its leaves in a shiny pool where the sun is warm and the shade is cool.
Oh my god.
Look, Hope likes it. Y'all are enjoying this, right? Or am I scaring everyone away? Will you come?
I vote scare.
Will you come for a walk with me? Down to the brook where I'm sure we'll see.
Even Ame's disturbed by your voice.
Ame, go away. Go away, Ame. No one asked you. No, Ame's never had a kid's book read to her before. She's very intrigued. Turtles and lizards and fishes and frogs and dragonflies and pollywogs. What are pollywogs? About to
Like
learn something from a
tadpoles?
kid's book. Pollywogs?
Aren't they like tadpoles?
Y'all, what are pollywogs?
I don't know.
Will you come for a walk with me? We're almost there, Hope. Hang on. We're almost to the end. Look at the bumblebees. They're so cute. Oh, my God. Into the woods where the bumblebee buzzes and hums in the wild thorn tree. Oh. Learn something new.
Shut burn! It's about a tadpole.
Will you come for a swim with me? Oh, now we're swimming. Put on your bathing suits, y'all. Shh, shh, shh. This is listening time. I'm reading.
It's laughing time.
Down where the
fishes swim in the sea, far from the hum of a bumblebee.
It even rhymes. That's really cute. I know they usually do, but I suck at rhyming, so I admire it. Hold on, where was it?
Will you fly? Will you fly through the air with me?
This is where our podcast has led us, talking about books to reading a kid's book.
Up where the birds fly dreamily, soaring through clouds on a wild blown spree. Oh, come fly through the air with me.
Wait, is there another page?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple more pages, actually.
Oh my god, I didn't see these last time.
But if you should feel too sleepy to come for a walk with me, out into the world stretching endlessly.
The world makes me anxious. It does stretch out endlessly.
We could still dream how it would be if you came for a walk with me.
So even if you don't come walk with me, we can still dream about it, because we don't want to go into the actual world, and that's why we read, to get away from reality. Isn't that cute, doll? This is very underrated. Go buy it, and buy it for me too. No. Okay.
This would be a great little storybook for anybody, for like your kids. So I definitely think, because the pictures are very vibrant, they're very eye-catching. The kids are gonna love it.
And it's one of the few
yeah.
books that I think no one can complain about, to be honest. Because people always have something to hate about when it's just like a cute...
Oh, yeah, this should have been a dead giveaway. They're talking about pollywags, and there's a frog right there. That's a tadpole. That was a dead giveaway. That was a dead giveaway on that. But yeah, this is something that we just found. So we're gonna definitely jump on to the online portals and post up our review of this one, because this is not getting enough of it, and it's actually not even that new. It is from 2017. So we are actually introducing this to Kira tomorrow for her to have it, because she loves looking at books. So yeah, if you want to find something to do on a baby shower, that's the word. My brain is not braining. So baby shower, first birthday, second birthdays, Easter, Valentine's Day,
kids daycare,
anything.
donation.
Yeah, like this would be really good for any kids to sit there. However, be aware, they are soft pages. So when you have little fingers and you are reading to them.
Yeah, I don't know if they come in other formats.
I don't know. I think that would be good to look into.
The cover is hardback. But the pages themselves are easy to
soft
rip.
pages. So you want to be careful with the kids. Yeah. So if your kid,
if you have like
it's like mine.
If you have Tasmanian devils for children or crotch goblins, those.
Yeah, they like to break it. Yeah.
They have nice things.
I would definitely watch them with that.
Did you enjoy your story time, Hope?
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more. Look at me, I'm a voice actor now. No, I know voice actors are so much cooler and hardworking in their talents.
And if you were wondering, these are squirrels. But the back cover is pretty. Like, that's cute.
It's very cute.
But yeah. Ame is very interested in the book.
Yes,
she wants to
very
sniff it.
involved.
There you go, sniff it.
Ew, don't lick it.
She gave it her lick of approval. So yeah.
Yeesh.
You
gave her attention though.
Yes. Come here. Come hither. Hello.
Say hello to the only child I will ever have.
Just not the ear. Hello. Because we don't do the ears. That's weird. Hello. No face either.
Mushy.
Yeah. You tried.
She's like, I can try with her.
You tried. Nice try. But yeah, okay. So, all right. Let's answer one more question. Let's answer one. I'm going to lick.
Mush.
Okay, so here's a good one. Overused book tropes. So the book tropes are, the chosen one. So you have like Harry Potter, he's the chosen one. Enemies to lovers, Sonic Storm. And basically anything in between. Friends to lovers, friends to enemies. Like what is the one that, like, if you find out that that's the trope that's in that book, what's going to cause you to not pick that book up because of that trope? What is
Stop
that
it.
trope?
I think as long as it's well written and the character developments, their personalities, how they like have friction or work well together. I think depending on how it's written and how it breaks down, I don't think tropes are overused. Like I don't think it's ever overused. I feel like as long as it's written well, if that's the kind of trope that you're into and you enjoy reading it, it doesn't ever get tiresome. I feel like you have
I don't know.
a big difference in opinion.
I do, because you see a lot of the instant lovers in a lot of like the romance books and stuff like that, or the slow burn books. Like you see a lot of those. I'm not really one. I need the action in the books. So if I see that it's like one of those little romancy, slow story time, where the girl, she moved back, from the city, and now she's back in her small town, and then she reunites with a past love, like things like that. Honestly, I'm probably not going to read them.
Okay, that's fair.
That's my personal preference. That's usually
read a
what
lot
I
of
stay
those.
away from. Well, yeah, you wouldn't, because they do have scenes in them, so you would not. Me more so. It's just I feel.
Do you find that a lot more in like adult
Yeah.
books? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
Or like Hallmark movies. You know what? You've seen it. Your mom. The Hallmark movies.
I don't watch those with her. They're
I know, but you know them. You know that they exist.
That's,
Stop licking my leg.
That's fair. Some people love them. Some people do not get tired of them, and that is totally
True.
valid. I, however, am not into the Hallmark movies. They're very... They don't feel in depth enough.
Yes.
Those stories, the Hallmark movies, feel too...
Copy and paste.
Yes.
For me, personally.
So if it, like that same trope, if it's written in a more appealing fashion for me, I don't find it tiresome or overused. It's literally just depends on how well it's written for me.
Yes.
So like Hallmark movies, not my cup of tea.
Yeah. But yeah, so that is mine. So yeah, I don't know about anybody else. Not to give any kind of hate to any kind of book or any kind of tropes out there. Everybody has their own thing. She does not read dark romance, so that is hers. Mine is the softer side of the romance, where I don't feel like there's enough action going on. Everything is extremely predictable. I like when they have a plot twist. I don't know. For me, that's just not something I really do. Like one of the first adult books that I read was actually a pretty dark and disturbing book. It was, now I think most people can answer this, but their first adult book that they read as a kid was one that they found from their mom, and was Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. If you know, you know, because like I was not expecting what happened in Flowers in the Attic to happen. Like I at 14 reading Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews.
Is it dark?
Would you consider Family Murder dark?
Yes.
Well, then there's your answer.
I didn't realize that was questionable.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's just reality. That's no darker than anything else in our world. Exactly. So, I mean...
The human race is dark.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, so, like, you have Flowers in the Attic, and, you know, people have read that. There's a whole series of that. V.C. Andrews did a very long series for that. You know, one right after the other, and it was... I was not expecting the twist. I was not expecting what happened in Flowers in the Attic to happen.
Meanwhile,
even in the movie, like, it was a lot different because they cut a lot of that out. Are you thinking my shirt?
Yes,
weirdo?
She's being weird and obnoxious because she wants attention.
You're so weird.
Yes.
If you turn off the light, what? It will be dark. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, the print got really small there. I had to move up. Yes.
I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm blind.
But which light? The big light or the string light? Take your pick. So yeah, that. Yeah. So I mean, it's
Meanwhile, I'm
never
over
really.
here reading like Guardians of Gahul and Tales of Emily Winsnap and Tales
Well,
of the
no,
Beyond.
I mean like my first adult book, like something that would not be found in an elementary school library.
Oh, Devil's Line. And Fourth Wing.
Like if we're going to both, yes, because she knows I have no windows. Yes, it does get quite dark.
So the only one on that line.
No,
No, she's just the most talkative.
yes, which is
Thank
fine.
you, Hope. We appreciate you, Hope. And other people who have commented in the distant past.
But yeah, if we go by elementary standards, like there would be Because of Winn-Dixie. Everybody, that's a classic one. You know, and it was a quick little read, and it was something that was very catching. And Bridge to Terabithia.
Charlotte's Web.
I actually was not big of a fan on Charlotte's Web. I really wasn't.
I think my
I read it. I wasn't big on it.
I think my
She
school
was-
made a big enough deal about it that I'm like, oh, that's cute. But I don't own it, so I.
Meh. It's cute. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. It's just I would reread Because of Winn-Dixie faster than I would Charlotte's Web.
That's fair. I am picking an eye booger. Please
Ew.
excuse me.
Ew.
Oh, it's so
Gross.
nasty. It's like a whole.
Yeah, I
whole
wasn't
worm.
either. See, I'm not alone. All right.
That's fine.
Didn't read Guardians of Gahul though. Didn't even know that existed until I met you.
Yeah, and then you like were thrifting and you got the first
Yeah.
book,
And hardcover.
which is actually really cool because I didn't know that they came in hardcover.
Oh well, there you
And
go.
that's the
See?
only time I've ever seen a hardcover copy of Guardians of Gahul.
Yeah, but
I
then
like-
you have to like look at like whether or not it was available to you at that time.
That's fair.
So yeah, but you turn around and then at the same time you like I have okay, so that was Because of Winn-Dixie. There was Ghost of Lizard Light. That was my first like
Okay.
horror story. Other than the things that I forced myself to watch as a kid. Yes, he is. I would rewatch Aliens. I would rewatch Stephen King's Rose Red. I would rewatch.
He's playing Genshin Impact, and
That
so
thing.
should you. How can you hear him playing the game? Like, is it obnoxious in our audio? Is it affecting our audio? Not that I mind listening to it. I'm very chill vibing with it.
It was like a little theme music in the background. That's kind of what I was taking.
I'm
it
so
as.
used to hearing.
I see it through the painting.
Oh.
Valid.
Okay, Ame's jaw is quivering. Look at it.
Ooh. Is she cold?
No. That usually means that she's really anxious about something
Oh.
or that she feels sick.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
in my experience.
don't be sick.
That's why I'm.
Well, she stopped.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting her up like this because sometimes it helps.
Oh. The stomach.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
only time I've ever seen her quiver her jaw, it always makes me really nervous because either she pukes soon after. This is not book talk. I am so sorry. Or she's doing it because she realizes that like one of the cats have had an accident on my bed and I didn't realize it's there and she's right there with it and she's like,
Look at her face. though.
"Take a cup, baby. Take my cup, baby. Take my cup, baby."
Okay, we're done with the dancing dog. We're done with the dancing dog. She is not amused with you.
I love her.
Okay, so if you go by what was available in elementary schools, mine would be middle school. I didn't really get into reading until about 5th grade. It started with Ghost of Lizard Light. I happened to find that on a shelf. We were told to go find a book and we had to write she's like, please stop. Exactly. She really was. She was like, oh, no, knock it off. I'm done. Like, she really had that phase. Ghost of Lizard Light was my first, kid horror story that I read. But it wasn't even a horror story. It was more of just like a ghost story in general. I actually reread that a couple of times as a kid. Then I got, Because of Winn-Dixie. And then when I got into middle school, it was the entire Tamora Pierce series. So, and that's where my obsession really began was, Tamora Pierce and Alana the Lioness. And anybody who has read anything by Tamora Pierce knows who Alana the Lioness is, knows, all of her works with that, because there is not just one series to that book. There is several series within the books, and I'm very ashamed that you have not read them, because that is my all-time read. I read that one at least several times a year because of it. Shameful. I have several copies of the books, and you still have not read them.
Rupture.
We have been friends for years, and you still have not read them.
You haven't read Yona of the Dawn all the way through.
Okay, but to be fair, that's still currently going.
And easy reads.
So
why have you not caught up?
I don't own them.
You have volume 8 and 9 in your apartment right now.
Exactly. 8 and 9. How many is there currently?
42.
Exactly.
Hurry up and read them.
Okay, but see, Alana is a finished series.
What difference does that make? Literally, read them. Borrow them from me. Read them. Read them. Volume 43 is coming out soon.
Exactly.
I have pre-ordered it.
Exactly. So I turn around and I have this continuing series, and we've been friends for how long? How long? What, 18? 2018? No, 2017.
Look, I can't remember what I ate last week.
8 years. 8
years?
Because I've been in this apartment for 8 years. You helped us move in.
It's probably why you have mental health problems.
Probably. Other than, family trauma. Yay. Wow, she's tired of us now. She's tired of us now.
You know what? I think the first things I read from school library was Animal Arc, and my first look into comics was Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants.
Uh-huh.
And I did read a couple of those.
I wasn't crazy about them, but I was like, you know what? This is funny. This is interesting. If I've got to read, I'll get into this. And I think the first...
That's where the manga comes from.
The first books, technically, that was my ex-boyfriend who got me into manga, because he...
No, but I mean, it helped you transition.
Oh,
you
yeah,
started with Captain Underpants as a comic book.
To a degree, yeah.
To go into that. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good transition.
The first books that I fell in love with as a kid was The Tale of Emily Winsnap. My grandparents thrifted the book for me and gave it to me when I was young, about a young teen, maybe a preteen, and I read it 7 times before I learned it was a whole series. And I also fell in love with Wolves of the Beyond, which is, I think, underrated. And the Dragon series by Donita K. Paul. That series was the first series to make me extremely excited and into reading as a kid, and it made me want to dabble in writing as well.
By the way, for those who you don't know, she is an author. She has her own published works. You're acknowledging it. She does have her own book. It is out. You can find it in a lot of locations.
You can only find it online, like Amazon.
Exactly. So several locations. Are sites not locations?
It's like one site.
Really? Because I've seen it on quite a few. I've seen it on thrift books. I've seen it on Amazon. I have seen it on eBay.
Wait. Thrift books indicates, okay, the only people I, for a fact, know have my book were family that just wanted to have the book. Nope. And if you don't know anything about my family, because I assume you wouldn't, every woman in my mom's side of the family are hoarders. They're not about to put the book up for donation or sale. So I can't imagine anyone that I personally know has my book and gave it to thrift books. So that tells me that somebody potentially...
You can download a PDF of it.
That's unfortunate.
Target.
What?
Target. Your book is on Target.
Since when? Why?
I don't know, but it's up there. The Secret Species. Okay? Yeah. Secret Species. Yep. Their Last Hope. That is her book.
I would like to say the cover was done by a friend in high school, an artist that I was friends with in school, and I asked her to do the cover of my book, and she did a beautiful job of what I requested.
Okay, so Target, Amazon, Barnes and Noble has it as an ebook.
That I did not know that. The thrift books is really funny to me because that tells me that somebody along the lines bought my book, regardless of whether or not they read it. I don't know. Maybe they were like, "Oh, I'm never gonna read this," or they looked at one page and were like, "Oh, I don't actually like this," and then they put it
books,
in donation.
They have 20 of them. So 20 copies of your book on Abe Books.
So a lot of people, more than I ever thought, not a crap ton, but a lot of people more than I ever thought, tried my book out as something underrated and uncommon and not really too easily found online.
Yeah.
Just found it, looked into it, bought it, was like, nope, donated it. That is funny.
Here you go, thrift books right there.
I am sorry for your loss of money. I apologize.
She is an author. Don't let her lie to you. She is an indie author.
I would also like to note that I wrote that for my high school senior project to graduate. That is what it is. It is a graduation project. So
you know who else did that? Amelia Atwater Rhodes. She did that
really?
too. Yeah. Yeah, she wrote her first book at 14.
Kudos to her.
I love her work. If anybody knows,
has
Amelia
gotten
Atwater
a lot
Rhodes
farther than me in life.
She has several books.
And
I think she is actually still writing.
I'm sure she has a lot better with character development and
I don't know. Have I ever had you read it? I don't think I've ever had you read it.
No, but the fact that she has more than one book and she is so well loved, I can already tell that she writes better than I wrote a single book just to graduate high school. So mine doesn't count because there are so many authors and indie authors who have worked so much harder and continued down the road of being an author. They deserve so much more credit.
Bam has your book.
Not in store.
So, locations, several locations.
That is
has your book.
That is funny because maybe once every year or two, I get an email from the publishing company that I went through, and they'll just be like, "Oh, here's how much you've earned from book sales," and it's 0 every single time. So they're selling my book illegally? How does that work? Y'all, don't buy it. Just don't. It's a waste of your money. It's not good.
It's on eBay. See? Here, eBay.
Isn't that pounds?
Yeah.
11 pounds and 48.
It made it across seas.
Again, I'm sorry for your waste of time and money. Very flattered. I feel bad for y'all. You can tell a kid wrote it. It's very unpolished.
But yeah, it is out there. Your book is on a lot of different locations. Now, see, a lot of places they could have gotten the book as somebody had sold it to them, and they're just reselling it. So the publisher might not even be involved in that. If the publisher is still pushing out the book, then that's a different discussion.
There are...
But either way, you have to acknowledge that you are a published author.
You said there were 20 copies of my book just on Abe.
Abe's?
Whatever. The only copies of my book that I am aware of that were actually out were the
So
ones that
the-
I was sent complimentary as the author that I gave to my family, which are hoarders.
Well, some of them were Columbia, Maryland.
I don't know
New
how
York.
those books came into existence for someone to have bought them without it going through the publishing company for me to have been aware of the sales.
So it
There were
could have
0
been
sales on my book.
So it could have been that they had them as a stockpile for things that were printed, and because they didn't sell or they didn't move from the publisher themselves, that they ended up donating them to other sites and other places.
I was
picked
told
them
they
up.
didn't make any. They didn't make any spare copies. Like, everything had to be ordered to be printed.
Well, then I think maybe you need to reach out to the publishing company and figure out what's going on there, because your book
Sue
is
'em.
out there. Your book is all over the internet.
Which is very astonishing.
But either way, you are a published indie author. You have to admit that.
That feels so wrong.
But it's still true.
Is it?
Did you? Okay.
By technicality.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for the technicality. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you are an author. Did you write a book?
No.
Did you write a book? Yeah. Say it. Okay. Did it get published?
Kind of.
Did it get published?
Kind of.
How is it kind of? It's still in book format. It doesn't have a cover. Is it bound? Was it produced? Was it published? Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. What is it? What is the answer? Come on, Hope. Give her the answer. Is it in book form? Do I have to go and pull it off of the girls' bookshelves to prove?
They're sleeping.
Do you think that stops me?
Shushy.
Yes,
Shushy.
you are correct.
Shushy.
The answer is yes.
Shushy.
Okay.
Shushy.
Can people buy it online?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then guess what? What does that make you?
Look, I have too much respect for indie authors to include myself on the same level as them.
It doesn't matter how you classify yourself. We
Mine
still
was
consider you
like-
as an author.
Mine was like a fluke.
No.
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 We shouldn't be talking about me. We should talk about other indie authors.
Okay, so is it not about books?
Not a good one.
Is it still a book?
Literally any book other than mine.
Okay, there are a lot of people out there who DNF books because they don't like the books, but that doesn't mean that
You
it's
know
a
what
bad
book is good?
author.
All My Friends Are Dead. That's a good book. It's a very good book. I'm going to have to bring that next week for our next podcast so I can show all of you. We can have another story time where I read in my fun voice. All My Friends Are Dead. Y'all will love it. It's very underrated. It's a great, silly book.
It's about a book. Yeah, see? Thank
All
you.
My friends are dead.
I'm still right.
I need some emotional support right now.
Where's your emotional support potato?
It's at home. Because
Oh,
I keep it safe.
she lost the emotional support
I
potato.
didn't lose it. I keep it safe at home. It's clipped.
He doesn't go for car rides.
It's clipped above my pin banner on my wall. He's right beneath my little mini calendar. My Paul Castle calendar.
I want oh my god, what is it?
What is
the
it?
chubby ones. Where every character is an animal and it's a butt. His name is like slipping me right now. I don't know.
An animal and a butt.
He has a coloring book, and every time you turn a page, it is either an animal or it is a butt. And then he has a little
human
pin.
butt?
No, it's a cat butt.
Oh. So it's
he
either
has
an
this little
animal or a
pin.
cat butt.
Well, different animals, but yeah.
I needed that clarification.
Well, I mean, sorry. But there's a little keychain and everything, and it's an angry squirrel, and it says caffeine, and all in caps. Chubblegum.
Yes!
There we
I've
go.
Seen
There
him
we go.
on TikTok. His
Yes.
coloring books, sticky notes,
Yes.
keychain stickers. They're adorable. I need
Yes.
all of them. Please send us some. No. They're so relatable. They really are. I love them. If you guys know what we're talking about, highly recommend.
Yeah, they're cute.
I wish I had the money
Or Meg's
to
Mashables.
buy like a whole big bundle.
Meg's Mashables is good. I love her. She's funny. All right, but I think we are going to end this.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that.
We did a double episode.
We did, but
because
it's all right.
we haven't actually posted the recording of our first episode, so this maybe makes up for it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or it's a bit excessive.
We'll see.
I think we had more fun this time.
I think so.
I think the first episode was, we were nervous.
It was different.
We were nervous.
It was
It felt
different.
a little more too stiff.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to try and interact with our audience more.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are tired.
I'm never tired. We don't sleep. We have books to read.
No, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
I'm going home and reading Onyx Storm because I am behind. I am behind. People who've read it in one day. Don't spoil it, please. What was I saying?
So we're going to bed.
No. It was about the length of our episode.
Yes. But no, look for our videos for a replay.
Yeah, I feel like we had more fun this time.
Yes.
We wanted to engage with our audience more.
Yes.
If you guys have any suggestions or recommendations on how we can be more fun or
send us your questions.
Yeah.
Your book theories, your
Ask us questions, send
Yes.
us recommendations. What do you want us to talk about?
Sing us a song. No.
No. That is the only no I will say.
No.
Good night. You want this
Go
voice.
the fuck to sleep. There you go.
I can bring those too next time. Okay, next episode, all my friends are dead and go the fuck to sleep.
No, because we can't do a lot of cursing. So we're gonna have to bleep it out.
It is. It's bleeped out. Instead of a U, it's a moon.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you reading it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Moon. I don't know.
See.
But yeah, give us feedback on how we can do better. What you enjoyed. What.
We need
what
one
you
more
wanna
like
hear
to hit
about.
500. That's cool.
Oh, thank you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we love you. So honored. Flattered.
Oh my gosh.
Flabbergasted.
That's crazy. Oh wait, we got
Bewildered.
514. Hold on. Oh, and of course it was Hope. Hope is sending us off with a great one.
Oh, thank you, Hope.
Thank you, everyone who viewed into our silly book community talk with nonsense. Have a good night.
Oh my God, she's because of the 600. She's going crazy on here. All right, we are canceling. We are going to bed.
Have a good night, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, 601. Go to bed,
Oh
Hope.
my God.
How do we?